Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some tactical analysis over on the Bitcoin chart, as Bitcoin looks like it is in danger of dumping even further than it already has, as Bitcoin just closed below a major support level that it really kind of needed to hold above if it had any hopes of moving higher. Now, the first place I want to start is over here on viewbase.com, and we'll take a look at the BTC open interest for the options with the expiration date of April 22nd, which would be this Friday. You can see as far as the calls go, there's pretty much nothing there. $142,000 worth of calls. That might as well be zero. It's insignificant amount. And then as far as the puts go, there is $3.2 million worth of puts on the line for this Friday's expiration date. Now, if we give this a click, that will expand out our strike price levels. And the first notable strike price is going to be the 40,000 strike price. That is where we find $1.6 million worth of puts. And so in order to be in the money, the puts need the Bitcoin price to close below the $40,000 strike price. The second strike price of note would be the 42,000 strike price, and there's 1.48 million for the puts at the 42,000 strike level. And as I mentioned before, there's really nothing on the line as far as the calls go. Now, puts are bearish, calls are bullish. And so how I use this intel would be as a barometer for perhaps what we could expect going forward into this week. And thus, we would be perhaps looking at a bearish week going forward. Now, if we jump over here to the 1 week chart for Bitcoin, I had previously mentioned in a video. Now, if you missed my previous videos on technical analysis for Bitcoin, you might want to shoot that subscribe button now so you don't miss future videos. But in a previous video, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had pointed out this spinning top candle right here at the top of this move as a bearish signal, but we would need to wait for the close of the next candle to confirm this spinning top as a bearish signal. Well, we got that close, and in fact, the next weekly candle closed below the EMA ribbons, which was even a more bearish signal. So basically we had a spinning top bearish signal and then a close below the EMA ribbons on the next candle as a bearish signal. So it should have been no surprise to all of you who watch my videos that last week's candle that closed yesterday was a bearish candle. And in fact, if I add in the Fibonacci levels, we can see that the weekly candle that just closed yesterday, being Sunday, today's Monday, that candle closed below the 786 level on the Fibonacci, which would have been around 40,600. And the fact we got to close below that is once again, for the third week in a row, another bearish signal. And so now the next level we're looking at is this 37.5 level, the yellow line running through the chart here. That acted as support previously, pretty good support back here. But if the buyers fail to step up, we could see the price of Bitcoin push down through 37.5 and continue its path all the way down to, say, 33,000 or 32.9, which would be this support level back here. Now, on the flip side, what we really need to see from the bulls or the buyers is they need to start stepping up and push this price obviously above the 786 level, which could turn into resistance now that it has failed as support. But if Bitcoin's price can get above the 40,006 level, the next level we're looking at is up here around 45.5. That has been pretty strong resistance in the past, and also it was previous support before breaking down and turning into resistance. So I would look for that 45.5 to turn into resistance again. Also, we can see the 618 Fibonacci level isn't too far off at 46,700, and Bitcoin did reject from that level recently. So really, Bitcoin's price has its work cut out for it. Now, if we jump over here to the one-day candles, you can see that Bitcoin's price has been below the EMA ribbons for an extended period of time now. And we can see the ribbon is starting to flip, where your greens and blues are starting to go below your yellows and reds, which is just more of a bearish signal. But with that being said, pretty much since March, Bitcoin was setting higher lows. We see a higher low on the white trend line here. We see another higher low back on around March 15th. Then we got a higher low back on around April 11th, where the price came back into this white trend line. However, at the moment, Bitcoin's price is in danger of setting a lower low. Now, if the buyers step up at this level of around 40,000 and can push this price again above that 786 level that we saw in the 1 week chart, the Bitcoin bulls could then perhaps keep this trend of higher lows intact. But right now they're really in danger of losing that trend. In fact, it looks like on the daily chart, this 786 level has turned into resistance. We get rejected, and the last 3 candles have not been able to get above this 786 level or 40,600. And so the next level of support I'd be looking at is probably more or less around this 36,000. If I add in my support and resistance levels, we can see support begins more or less around 37,000. And then after that, we're looking back at 33,000. And probably the most notable area I would be looking at is going to be right around that 37,000 level. That is pretty heavy support here. We got support back in this area around that level. And this lower trend line I have drawn in could also come into play right around that level, depending on if and how quickly Bitcoin sells off over the next few days. But with that being said, if buyers actually step up in this market and push the price above 786 or the 40,600 level, the next target, again, the bulls would be shooting for is going to be that 45.5, which you can see is in the middle of a pretty thick resistance zone. After that, then we're looking up at the 618 level, which is going to be around that 46,700. Again, we kind of rejected up in this level between 46.7 and 48,000, which even if we check back a little further on our 6 back here, that was also a pretty strong level of resistance. I would certainly expect if the bulls are pushing up, more resistance along this trend line, and that could fall in on the bullish side, maybe around this 49 or 50,000 level. But that would be on the very bullish side, and actually in reality right now, all the signals are bearish, and Bitcoin is really in danger of losing even more ground towards the downside. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. If anything changes major on the charts, I will do an update video. So now would be a good time to shoot the subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.